This is a big jump from 4.8 to 4.6. So how can we do it? Where does that actually come from, right? Does that come from a specific section in the 40, or does that come from something else? So if you look at 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, if a change is made anywhere here, we have to make sure that it makes changes and doesn't influence these parts negatively. So I don't really focus on changing a section. I focus on changing things from a stride to stride perspective. So what we look at, and I'm stealing this from some way smarter people than me, look at influencing each stride by 0.0005 seconds ground contact time. Okay, so I want to decrease 0.0005 ground contact time. I also want to decrease 0.0005 recovery time. So how fast my leg can recover back to the top. Okay, there's a couple ways that I do this. So number one, I want to increase force. Okay, so that's going to be heavy resisted. That's going to be weight room. Now the next thing, I want to increase force while I'm decreasing time. So I want to increase the rate of force development. So I want to increase the force while decreasing the time it takes to produce that force. So that's more explosive strength, right? So that's a couple of things, right? So that's a couple of things. Number one, I need to reduce braking. So if my foot is landing in front of my body, that's braking, right? From there, I need to improve my ability to produce force from top down. So the reason why from top down, when my foot's hitting the ground here, when it's swinging into the ground, 80% of the forces from there are produced in the first half of ground contact. Right? So as my foot is hitting the ground here, it's swinging down to the ground, 80% is in the front half of ground contact. So as it starts to slide back, the next 20%, which is more propulsive, is only 20% of the total forces that are improved. So the vertical force is coming from the front half of my contact. So I want to produce force from the top down. Okay, hit it as hard as I can. The third thing I want to do produce force through increased range of motion. So I don't want to have force go down to the ground and the split between my legs be very small. So this split here, right? So what I'm looking for is a relatively 100 degrees of range of motion split between the thighs. And you can get to this pretty rapidly, right? So if I have a guy, for example, we have one of our O-linemen produces a lot of force. He's got great ground contact times, but he produces force through a 96-degree range. We know that a 4-degree range increase could greatly influence number 3, which could help him get to this. Okay, so if I do this right here, ground contact recovery time, okay, times 20 strides, which is the average, that equals 0.2 seconds improvement.